Pokémon Silver, a 1999 role-playing video game developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy Color, is the first installment in the second generation of the Pokémon video game series. This was released in Japan 1999, Australia and North America 2000, and in Europe 2001. The game introduces 100 new species of Pokémon and follow the progress of the player character in the quest to master Pokémon battling. It is necessary to trade Pokémon in order to fully complete the Pokédex to contain all 251 Pokémon. Pokémon Silver is critically acclaimed upon release and is considered by some to be the best game in the entire series. The game almost matched the sale of Red and Blue, and by 2010 had gone on to sell over 23 million units, making it the best-selling game for the Game Boy Color. In 2009, on the 10th anniversary, Silver, a remake titled Pokémon Soul Silver, was released for the Nintendo DS. Silver is played from a third-person, top-down perspective, with players directly navigating around the fictional universe, interacting with objects and people. As the player explores this world, they will encounter different terrains, such as grassy fields, forests, caves, and seas in which different Pokémon species reside. As the player randomly encounters one of these creatures, the field switches to a turn-based battle scene. Where Pokémon will fight, the player receives his first Pokémon, a choice between Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile from the region's local Pokémon scientist, Professor Elm, and then begins his journey to win the 8 gym badges of the Johto region. The main goal within the game, following through the main storyline and defeating the Elite Four and Pokémon Master Lance to become the new champion. A major aspect of this is developing and raising the player's Pokémon by battling other Pokémon, which can be found in the wild or owned by other trainers. The system of accumulating experience, EXP, and leveling up to acquire new learned moves. While Pokémon Silver retained the basic mechanics, a time system was introduced using a real-time internal clock that keeps track of current time and day of the week. Certain events, including Pokémon appearances, are influenced by this feature. New items were added, with some designed to exploit a new mechanic. Pokémon being able to hold items, a new type of item able to be held was the berry, which comes in varieties and can restore health or cure status effects. Other held items can give boosts to the Pokémon during battle. More specialized Pokéballs were introduced, which make Pokémon catching easier in certain situations. A new item called the Pokégear was introduced, functioning as a watch, map, radio, and phone, allowing the players to call each other, the characters who often use their phone numbers. Trainers will call for a rematch, and other will call about a rare Pokémon that can be caught in certain areas. Pokémon Silver is set in the region of Johto, situated to the west of the Kanto region. The design of many of the region's temples and more traditional Japanese aesthetics finding their way into Johto.